Next, in India, a story of healing as our reporter explores an alternative to Western medicine.
My name is Tom. What's your name?
I'm Raja.
Tom Reid. So nice to see you. Tom. Hi. Hi. How are you?
Over the years, I've covered a lot of territory for the Washington Post.
Rickshaw gridlock.
But it's a book project that brings me to India. A book on how other countries deliver health care. I'm here to investigate a brand of medicine that's widely practiced in India. It's called Ayurveda, and it's been around for 3,000 years. I want to find out if Indians know something about healthcare that we in the West don't. So I've come to the Mayo Clinic of Ayurveda, the Ayurveda Pharmacy, or AVP.
I like the way they salute you. It reminds me when I was in the Navy.
On first impression, this place looks more like a spa than a hospital, but I've heard the doctors here know their stuff, especially on chronic illness. You know, migraines, back pain, arthritis, the kind of ailments that we in the West can't seem to fix.
Thank you. Thank you.
This is the failure of Western medicine because it knows to cure, but it does not know how to heal.
You're saying if I have a...
Dr. Ram Manohar is AVP's research guru. He's a close observer of the differences between their way and ours.
Ayurveda believes that healing is something which happens on its own. Just eliminating certain symptoms does not mean that the healing response in the body has been activated. So the basic imbalance still remains unresolved.
Or pull up a chair in my deluxe suite.
As a reporter, I want to know if Ayurveda works and how. But full disclosure here, my interest is not strictly journalistic.
I have fairly steady pain, and it's not overwhelming. I can live my life okay, but I have pain, and I can't move much. I can't brush my hair.
Since how many days you're having pain in your right shoulder?
Since how many days? I would say, well, off and on for about 25 years.
The saga began with an accident in the Navy.
I can't really throw a ball anymore.
Before I came to India, I'd taken my sore shoulder to Western doctors.
It's just bare bone rubbing on bare bone.
Donald Furlick, a surgeon I really trust back in Denver, offered a high-tech fix.
Stick this in my arm bone?
Yes. This gets run down the shaft of the humerus.
Yeah.
Then he got to the fine print.
There are potential problems.
Yeah, what can go wrong?
A lot of bad things. You know, there's general anesthesia. We give you a lot of drugs, get a reaction to drugs. Besides infection, there'd be nerve damage. And now if you had really a bad nerve problem, you could have a partial paralysis of your arm.
Oh.
That's when I turned from the newest medicine to what may be the oldest.
Yeah, that hurts.
2.5 weeks to repair 25 years of damage. A tall order. But these folks seem ready to try. With no time to lose, my treatment begins where all AVP patients start out. No, not at the billing office, but at the clinic's very own on-campus temple. Here I seek the blessing of Dhanvantari, the Hindu god of healing. For Ayurveda, this ritual is part of the healing process. In the West, many dismiss it as the placebo effect, but here it's taken seriously.
The placebo effect, I think, is very essential for our medicines to work. Ayurveda believes that healing has to be initiated from the psyche, the mind of the patient. And we use all techniques as much as we can, including religious, because the aim of the Ayurvedic physician is only to heal.
At last, I'm pronounced ready to meet the healer-in-chief, the medical director, K.G. Ravindran.
How is your appetite?
My appetite is fine. It's good.
Movement.
What?
Bowel movements.
Bowel movement's pretty normal. Yeah, fine.
For Dr. Ravindran, my painful shoulder is merely a symptom. To diagnose the true problem, he takes my pulse. And I mean really takes my pulse.
Just like the stringed musical instrument can play all the tunes, similarly your pulse can play the tunes of all the diseases. But it's very subtle. For a modern practitioner, the pulse represents only how probably your heart is functioning. But Ayurveda says that the pulse can give an index to what's happening throughout the body, because it's blood supply that maintains life. So even a slight disturbance in your mind or in your body sends a signal to the nervous system which has an impact on the heart. So this requires tremendous observation powers.
Finally, Dr. Ravindran is ready with the verdict.
He is more of Pitta Kapha. Yes, sir.
Pitta Kapha. In Ayurveda, this is not so much a diagnosis
Pitta Kapha.
as a two-word summary of my entire physical and mental state. Dr. Ravindran's terse pronouncement follows the ancient Ayurvedic principle. All living things are controlled by three vital forces or doshas: Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. Good health comes from keeping the doshas in balance. When they get out of equilibrium, we get sick. In my case, I have too much Pitta and Kapha, leaving my Vata out of whack. Days in, it's time to rebalance my doshas, and the treatment is sweet. Why don't the doctors back home do this?
What we modify is the external environmental conditions, but it is modified in a very profound and refined way. So application of heat and cold, it's like you're suddenly going through a different climatic environment altogether, and your body responds.
You know, I always tell my kids what a tough job it is to be a foreign correspondent, but they never believe me.